Good morning and welcome to the VSA Morning Mine. It's Friday the 12th of November. I'm Ollie O'Donnell and I'm joined by Paul Rankin. Paul, how are you today?
I'm all right, thank you. And how are you? Did you cycle in today?
No, I'm at home. I've waiting for some kitchen counters to be delivered, so that's very exciting. But let's let's move on to mining stocks because they've had a very good week, and that's been driven by the US CPI print, which came out over 6%. So, Paul, what are your thoughts there?
Yes, we've had a rise in the gold and silver prices as a result, too, both of that information as well as the news coming out of COP26. Uh, Looks like inflation is coming in stickier than what a lot of people had been hoping for here. And with the demands coming forward on things like raw materials as well as the logistical delays that we're seeing across supply chains, it's putting an upward pressure on prices here at this point. So people are getting more bullish at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. We saw technical breakouts in silver and gold, and the miners were up. Well, certainly in junior space, up 5%, often across the board, and technicals look strong. So I'd expect momentum to carry on for the short term, certainly, and we're bullish longer term. Let's
It's
move to
looking
company news, Paul.
it's looking better too as far as demand wise in Asia. We got reports that will probably hit record silver and gold demand out of China. And then what I'm watching specifically is the month on month change in silver imports into India because India has an awful lot of ground to make up on what is their normal offtake demand for the silver bullion. So that I would say that silver ought to outperform gold going here into the short term.
Mm. And yes, there's probably some safe haven demand coming out of China with the property crisis at Evergrande continuing to unfold. Um, let's move on to company news. Paul, what's out there today?
Well, we've got update on the takeover attempt of Jiangxi Ganfeng for Bacanora Lithium on where they stand as far as the number of shares being committed to the proposal. As of latest news, 56.6% of shares are now taken up by Jiangxi Ganfeng from shareholders at this particular point in time. I can't remember exactly how many shares they have to get in order to make the deal unconditional. Do you remember?
Oh, Paul, you're putting me on the spot here. I'm not a corporate financier, so
Okay.
I'm not an expert on the takeover code. But I mean, I think what we've said all along since it was announced is it will grind up to the right level, and this will go through.
Mhm.
So that's why the price has now moved to 67 half p and has been stuck there. Market expects it to go through. It's going to happen. What else is out there, Paul?
Q3 results released by the AIM-quoted nickel laterite developer in Brazil, Horizont Minerals. Cash position came in at the end of the period at 18.3 million. Much of the press release is about prior press release, or much of the quarterly statement about prior press releases over the last 3 months. Big deal there with they had agreed the long-term funding commitment with the investment banks and institutions for $346 million worth of secured project finance, as well as export credit facilities as well. Loss for the period was 2.6 million, and for the 9 months it was 4.8 million sterling, which is expected for a large project developer, I think. So just pretty standard numbers there.
Yeah, but an important quarter in terms of corporate developments. Anything else, Paul?
Yeah, I thought it was interesting to see the statement out here that the Sawiri family, who is the billionaire Egyptian gold mining investors across gold production in Africa. As of the sale of their interest in TSX Golden Star, as announced back in November 1st, Mr. Saweri has said that he would probably make a entry into battery raw materials now at this point. Specifically, he's looking at nickel, zinc, titanium, and lithium for investment. And more than likely, given his focus on Africa, he would probably be looking for those commodities in Africa as well.
Yeah. Although, I mean, Chifeng were blocked previously acquiring a project in Ghana. And Golden Star is also primarily focused in Ghana. So I think we'll probably watch to see what happens with the process.
I would agree, but being a billionaire, Mr. Sawari, his money probably talks in West Africa, so he may well get it over the line, I think.
Okay, well, I think we've covered a lot there, so we'll leave it there. Have a good weekend, Paul, and thanks everyone for listening.
Very good. See you then.